We're making twice baked potatoes. This is probably one of my favorite ways to eat a potato. We're gonna gut them and then stuff them. Let me show you how I make mine. To get started, we need 4 large russet potatoes washed and dried. But before we toss them in the oven, we need to poke a few holes. Grab a spud, grab your fork, and poke a few holes. The internet says that by doing this, it prevents the potatoes from exploding in the oven while baking. However, the internet also says exploding potatoes isn't really a thing. Better to be safe than sorry. I'd rather poke a few holes than chance having to clean up a potato explosion. Next, we're going to rub down our potatoes in a little bit of oil. I'm using avocado oil, but vegetable oil also works. Grab your spuds and make sure the entire potato is covered. By doing this, it'll help our seasoning actually stick to the potato. Sprinkle your salt and pepper over each potato, then, using your hands like before, rub the salt and pepper all over each potato. If you want to add other types of seasonings, perhaps your favorite go-to, feel free to use it here. Once every potato is nice and coated, we're going to bake these in the oven at 400 degrees for 1 hour or until tender. While those are in the oven, let's cook up some bacon. The recipe suggests cooking up 6 slices. In total, I did 8. Well, what do you know? It's been a full hour. To check if your potatoes are done, grab a knife, and if it slides into your potato with ease, that means it's done. We're gonna let these cool while we work on our filling. We need 3 green onions, washed, dried, and chopped. By the way, a list of ingredients and directions are listed down below in the video's description box for your convenience. Next, we need 2 tablespoons of chopped chives. Lastly, we're gonna roughly chop up all of our delicious bacon. Let's set this off to the side. I think our potatoes are cool enough to handle. Since they're still a bit warm to the touch, I'm going to hold it in this paper towel. Grab your knife and carefully cut off the top of each potato like so. This looks good. Okay, we're ready to gut our potatoes. Grab a bowl, grab a spoon, and start scooping out, well, everything. Be sure to leave a little bit of potato behind. We don't want to accidentally break through the skin. Speaking of skin, I did include that top portion of potato skin we cut off earlier. In my opinion, it's just as tasty as the inside, so why not add it in? You can see here I went a little too thin on this potato and ended up ripping the side. Not a big deal though, it's fine. To our bowl, we need 4 tablespoons of salted butter, 1/3 cup of milk, 1/3 cup of sour cream, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 ounce of cream cheese, all of our green onions. We don't need to save any for the top, that's what the chives are for, and half of our bacon. Using a mixer, we're going to combine everything until it looks nice and creamy. Something like this. Now's the time to taste test your filling. What do you think it needs? What did we forget? I double checked the recipe and sure enough I forgot to add in salt. It calls for 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm just going to add it to the bowl like so. Perhaps a splash more of milk. I'm a sucker for cheese, so here comes some more. We're going to give this one more final mix. Give the bowl a quick scrape. This looks so good. Now it's time to fill our potatoes back up. Grab a boat and fill her up. Be extra generous, there should be plenty of filling to go around and then some. I can't stuff them any further. I guess I'll have to take one for the team and eat this off camera, all by myself. As for our potatoes, all that's left is to top them with a layer of more cheese, followed by the remaining bacon pieces we reserved earlier. And one final coating of cheese, totally optional of course. Into a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melty. Once they're out of the oven, sprinkle the tops with the chopped chives and enjoy. Now that's a stuffed twice baked potato. I like to eat mine with a giant blob of sour cream on top. It's so good, I'm drooling right now. You can't see it, but believe it, I'm definitely drooling. Here's an ingredients list. If you have any questions, suggestions, or your own baking tips to share, drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you all in the next video.